Well, joining us now, Deepa Munshi, the Lok Sabha MP from the Congress Party. Thank you, ma'am, very much for joining us. Also, in just a little while, we expect to be joined by Dinesh Trivedi, the Lok Sabha MP of the All India Trinamool Congress. But, ma'am, let me come to you first. Yesterday, we saw Pranab Da in a gesture being described as a magnanimous gesture, actually reaching out to Mamata Banerjee and saying, look, doesn't matter, please come on board, back my candidature. Has there been any reaction at all from the Trinamool Congress on that offer? Mrs. Munshi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm asking you, yesterday Pranab Da had reached out to the Trinamool Congress and had said that Mamata is just like his younger sister. Has there been anything to suggest that the Trinamool is coming around to accepting the candidature of Pranab Mukherjee?
That is yet Trinamool should decide, because today I have seen in the Facebook, at least they are showing their faces in the Facebook, and obviously Mamata Banerjee ji has said that the game is not over. Maybe the game is, she is playing the game in the Facebook only. I am not very sure what she will do. But obviously, if all the parties, it is coming like almost like it seems to be like a consensus, and obviously then we have to see what she will do, because Pranabji has already showed her gesture like a dignified person, like a person who of that stature, and obviously we will wait and see what how the game will be played by the Trinamool Congress leader.
All right, ma'am.
But obviously,
yes.
Everybody has their right to express their views in the Facebook, but the voters are the MPs and the MLAs.
Okay.
So obviously, we have to go to all the party, appeal to the party MLAs and party MPs.
Okay, ma'am. I'm just going to ask you to be with us for a moment. We've got the Rajya Sabha BJP MP, Mr. Ram Jethmalani, now joining us. He's out of the country. Mr. Jethmalani, today, in what a lot of us see as an entirely unexpected development, you believe that you should also be running for the post of president. Why, sir, have you decided on this?
Now you misunderstand what I have said.
Okay.
I have said that Mr. Pranab Mukherjee is not the person who should become the president of this country, because he has totally misbehaved in the matter of money exploration and recovery. And he is already guilty of disobeying Supreme Court orders, and he is concealing the identity of those whose identity has been given to us by the French government, the German government, and even the Swiss government.
Yes.
And he is concealing the identity of those persons in spite of a clear order of the Supreme Court that he should disclose them to me. And what is the trouble is that obviously those people are so important that they are able to control his movements and his actions. And it can only be important political leaders in the Congress party itself. And I can't allow this man to become the president uncontested or with the consensus of everybody. At least there will be one Ram Jethmalani who will stand up to his conscience and say, no, he doesn't deserve it.
Okay, so Mr. Jethmalani, just as a point of clarification, you're not saying that you would like to contest for this position. You merely object to Pranab Mukherjee's candidature. Is that correct?
That is one. And the second, if there is another good candidate, I will become his worker. And the third possible alternative is that I will contest even if I'm alone.
Okay, so there is a possibility that you might contest.
Yeah, there is a possibility.
Yes, and so that's very interesting. That's a new development, completely unexpected. Have you informed this to BJP leaders? Has there been any reaction?
Well, every television channel has informed them, and I have informed some whom I thought I could contact.
And so what has their reaction been?
Well, I can't tell you their reaction. They are still in the same state of unexpected shock.
Mr. Jethmalani, the reason I ask that is because as we speak, there is a meeting taking place of senior BJP leaders at the residence of Mr. Nitin Gadkari. And from what we are told, there is only one decision that these leaders are taking. Should they back Pranab Mukherjee because he will become the president of the country? The numbers are there quite clearly. Do you now expect them to seriously take your potential candidature as well?
Well, if they don't, I will change my opinion about the party itself.
So
I have already expressed it in my letter, which I delivered on the 23rd, in which I had said that Mr. Mukherjee is the guardian of black money in the country, and he is the protector of the biggest dacoits who have made the country poor.
Sir, having said that, you do realize that it is a lost cause for you. The numbers with the Samajwadi Party now backing the UPA would be against you and the NDA.
Listen,
yes.
Now it is a lost cause because the press and the media have also lost their character. Now that's true. It is a lost cause, maybe a lost cause, but I would have at least satisfied my conscience and my duty to the nation.
So, sir, you are absolutely certain, one way or the other, if the BJP doesn't accept your standpoint and go in for a contest, then you intend to contest. That's correct, sir?
Well, that seems to be more or less true. Yeah.
And, sir, how do you intend to go about doing that? Because there is a last date of filing that there is still some time left, but you would still need the backing of the BJP. So would that likely happen?
Listen, I require first of all the BJP, the support of my own conscience. My conscience is very clear. It says that silence in this situation is criminal. It is my duty. The nation of this country has made me what I am from a simple refugee in a refugee camp. I owe debt gratitude to my nation. I intend to discharge it in my own way. I don't care consequences.
All right, Ram Jethmalani, thank you so much for speaking to us and making clear where you stand on this entire issue.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.